Hey guys, this is Jim with Trail Fix, and today's a little bit different video than I've ever filmed because I am playing with cameras, totally geeking out, but I geek out with these a lot because I film these things. So last couple of days, I actually went out to try out a couple of different aspect ratios with it. So that's how geeky I'm gonna get on this stuff. I'm shooting with the Hero 10 Black and the Max Lens mod. What I really love about this lens is the ridiculous stability that it has, and then also I can do this, I can turn it any way I want and it keeps that horizon level. So I really like it, but one thing that has bothered me a little bit, and with all action cameras in 16:9, which is the aspect ratio that I used to use all the time, and that is that you get a little cramped vertically. And so I went out to mess around with some 4:3 settings to see what would happen, and that is essentially what this video is about. So the first segment, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. You can see that I've got a 16:9 on the left, and I've got a 4:3 on the top right that is, you know, essentially mimicking that, just to see if it would the 4:3 could get the same aspect ratio if I really wanted it. And then I've also on the bottom left got really one of the more interesting things that I was trying out, and that is a 4:3 with dynamic stretch. So this is digitally stretched so that you can get the top to bottom and all the way out to the sides. And I wanted to see how that worked. And then also on the bottom right, just another regular 4:3 crop. But I cropped it to the top, so you can actually move that cropping up and down. So I wanted to see, you know, what it looked like. And here's my thoughts. The 4:3 with the dynamic stretch is cool, but it really does distort around the edges quite a bit. You'll notice that. So I don't know if that's gonna work for me, but it's an option when you're shooting 4:3, which is really nice. And then on the top right, the 4:3, if you just crop it in the center, which is kind of the default when it crops, it looks just pretty much just like the 16:9. And then the other video that you can see on the bottom right there, I've cropped it to the top. So I've moved it up to the top. Now, I'm not sure if that causes a little bit more distortion than the center one. I think it might, I'm not sure. There's a lot of dynamics going on here. But you know what? I can get a lot of sky view. I can get everything kind of that I want in there. So right there, I'm pretty stoked with it. And right after that, I've got the video of the little jump that's on that course, and I filmed it with my Insta360. So I went ahead and I filmed, though, also going down a more open space area. And I wanted to get more clouds and sky, and just to see what it looked like. The 16:9 versus the 4:3, kind of what you would expect, all very, you know, kind of similar if they're cropped. But the dynamic stretch one, I actually thought that performed much better in open space because you didn't see the bending of trees. So maybe this would perform well in desert or something like that, that's a little bit more open. Although, you know, I think the other ones are so good, I don't know if it's really necessary. Anyway, that is my take on the dynamic stretch and 4:3, and I'm going to continue to use this Max Lens mod because it's just buttery. Also, I'm going to continue filming in 4:3, and hopefully that'll work out. It seems to give me a lot of flexibility between those three options and basically do 16:9 if I want. And I'm going to continue with this Max Lens mod. This works so well. It only goes to 2.7K, and I'd love to have a little bit more, but you know, honestly, I think the trade-off of not having the weight bouncing it around of a gimbal and all that, I think it performs so well that I'm gonna stick with this for the time being. I'd love to hear comments and questions and all that because I've messed around with a lot of this stuff, and you know, let me know your thoughts on what you're shooting, or if you know, you got any ideas, suggestions, or questions, and I don't know, maybe I can answer them. All right, I will see you next time on the Trail Fix.